Imperfections. They suck, man. I don't know how else to lay it out to you. Are you passionate about something? Have you ever sat down to work on that thing that you're so passionate about? And then you go and do it and you realize, oh wow, I suck at this. Mostly because of the fact that you set an unrealistic goal for yourself beforehand and the way that it's going isn't working out with how you planned it out in your head. Because if you do, then same man, you just like me for real, for real. I have a feeling that this is more common than how people make it out to be. I think that a lot of people out there have such a rocky relationship with the word perfect. In what we do, what we create, and what we work with, it always has to be perfect. Because if you aren't working your butt off towards something, then it's either going to be good or terribly awful, right? And let me tell you what I call that, honey. Perfectionism. In some cases, I see people slowly developing this fear of their craft not turning out to be the expectation that they put up for themselves, that they end up not doing anything. It's that case of being too scared of it not being perfect, therefore you don't make anything at all. And so you unconsciously start doing this to yourself over and over again that it's become such a habit for you. It becomes normal. That's when you become a procrastinator. Now I understand that that might sound contradictory. I mean, so if you're a perfectionist, then surely you have made progress, right? Because perfectionists are supposed to be these overachievers who've done so much blah blah blah. Oh, shut up, man! There are people who procrastinate because they're simply just lazy and have nothing else better to do with their lives. That's a whole different problem, okay? I'm talking about the people who don't do anything because they can't accept the idea of that thing being imperfect. You can't get started because you know it won't be perfect. I think procrastination and perfectionism can also be inherently linked, and I think most of it stems a lot from self-doubt. Oh wow, maybe I'm not doing this right because I'm just not doing the best that I can do. You get discontented with yourself because you think that you're never going to be that expectation that you set for yourself. And that oftentimes leads to self-sabotage. You decide to never work on anything again until it fits the standards you put it out to be. Somehow. Maybe by luck? I mean, if this thing is meant for you, then surely it'll come naturally, right? Why do we do this? Because heck yeah, what else is our self-worth gonna be if what we do won't result in the best possible product imaginable? But that also leads to the feeling of never being enough. There's always going to have this feeling of discontentment at the back of your mind. I could have done better. Maybe I just wasn't doing my best. Another excuse people can say is, oh, I'm going to take my time perfecting this craft and only work on it when I feel like I can make good work on it again because obviously this project means something to me, so I don't want the job to be done poorly, you know. But let me ask you something. When will that time be? Okay, so let's hypothetically say you're tired of feeling worthless towards yourself, so you actually go start and work on that passion project you've been meaning to work on. And then you actually put a lot of work and effort into it this time. But then you realize, that's a pretty scary thought too. What if you've worked hard and realized that that wasn't enough? What if you keep trying but then it progressively gets worse and worse over time? And you become so frustrated with yourself because what you do never pays off in the end. And all that hard work you put to yourself just went down the drain. What if the path you were aiming for wasn't actually meant for you in the end? How will you be able to live with yourself by then? And so you put yourself on a pedestal. You have to succeed. Because if not, then what was all this hard work for? Though slowly you've come to realize that you're growing farther and farther apart from the person you've always dreamed yourself to be. Why isn't it better? Why isn't anything I do better? Why is it always never enough? When will it ever be enough? But honestly, don't give up. If you're feeling this way, I want to ask you what made you into your passion in the first place. If the one thing you made gave you enough happiness, then would that kind of happiness be enough? Just take a breather. Sleep, eat, spend time with the people you love, and start again. Just draw, write, make music, create. Do what you truly love. Because love for our craft is what keeps us going. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one is perfect. Do it because it's fun. And finally, embrace your imperfections because they're beautiful too. Try, try, and try again. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll make something you'll be proud of making. Right, Anne?